Hi, if you own a Canon 40D like I do, then I would highly suggest the recommendations I'm about to show you here in this video. It basically deals with the Diopter Adjustment Dial. If you remove the rubber eyepiece from the back of your D40, you'll notice that the adjustment dial is fully exposed. Problem: when you do put the rubber Eyecup back on, the small little corner still is accessible, so you're able to inadvertently and accidentally move your adjustment dial. So you were never able to actually get a good look at that small little indicator mark on this dial because it just blends in with the other rings and it's so hard to see. But we're going to take care of that today. In the old days, the film cameras, namely the professional cameras like the 1D, that was never an issue because their diopter adjustment dial was right underneath the Eyecup, so you didn't have that problem. There's no way to reach it once you replace the Eyecup. So that was a really good feature. And the 60D and the in the D60 and the 40D, that became an issue, and I really didn't know how to solve it until I picked up a 5D. And on the 5D, they solved that issue. They didn't move it, but it's still in the same spot. But check this out. Now I see that there's a white dot that indicates your setting adjustment. So if your camera is inside of a camera bag, or just by merely handling the camera, you by mistake or inadvertently move that adjustment dial, you can actually take a glance at that white dot and see that it has moved and just put it back where it belongs. I need to put this here on +1, so it's one click past center, and I know that every time I look at this white dot, if it's in the right spot between center mark and the plus mark, I know that it's where it belongs. So the 5D solved this problem very nicely. I'm about to do that now with the 40D with a little bit of white nail polish and a toothpick. So if we are then to take this cup off and move this around where you can see that indicator dial, and there it is right there. It's hard to see on the camera. That's what I'm talking about. It's very hard to see, especially for 49-year-old eyes. And be very careful with the nail polish. We're going to take that off. Now, all I'm going to do is just going to load up my toothpick, and I'm going to do it away from the camera. I don't want to do this over my 40D, but we're going to get a generous amount of nail polish and move that away. Generous amount of nail polish on that toothpick. You can see that. And all we're going to do is just give it one little touch, and don't go crazy, just tap it. I'm just going to let it sit there. Let it flow. Well, I guess I'm going to have to make a couple of taps. So how's that? What I do recommend that you do is that you test your particular brand of nail polish with an old piece of plastic. This happens to be a broken lens cap that I had laying around, so I used this to test my paint. And I do notice that this particular paint doesn't flow very well. It's very thick, and I'd rather have it be thick than to be very, very runny. And here you see that it had a little bit of run, but I can always chip that off and shape that dot with an X-Acto knife once it's dry. Notice how it stands out now. Okay, this is the way it should have been from the factory. Okay, when we put this back in place, you can see that all you need to do is just glance down at that little white dot and you'll notice exactly where that indicator dial is set for. And if it's moved out of where it should be, you can quickly correct it. Bring it back to where it belongs, right there. Okay, so I hope this helps anybody that's struggling with the same issue. I mean, I was, and finally solved it. Okay, thank you.